Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Maria with Winkless Designs. Today I'm going to be making another pair of simple earrings, and I'm going to be using a past bargain bead box. Let me go ahead and show you the earring. So that's what we're going to be making. And I'm using the bargain bead box from May of 2023. And what I used from this box are these larger O-rings. We had a couple of different sizes in that box, but I'm going to use the larger of these smooth ones because we did have the textured ones as well. I ordered extras, so that's why it looks like I have a lot. So we're going to be using those. The jump rings that came in the box as well. And then this part of this chain. I actually took 2 links off of the chain. So that's what I'm going to be using for these earrings. Okay, so the pearl I actually had in my stash. I had bought this strand a while ago from one of the big box stores rather, and they're large hole beads, and these are drilled up and down, which is what I wanted. Yesterday I made a video where the beads were drilled sideways, but today I wanted this one to hang up and down. Okay, I also grabbed a couple of these copper spacer beads from my stash, and then the ear latch, along with an eye pin. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started. Grab my tools. Now, because these are, see how large those holes are? I can't just put it on an eye pin, so that's why I decided to use the copper spacer beads on here. Excuse me, I was trying to find some other kind, like bead cap or something, but I couldn't find anything that I liked to go with this. So anyway, so what I did is I put the spacer bead, the pearl, and then the spacer bead again. And I'm going to go ahead and make a simple loop. Bend that back. And use my old cutters because this is pretty thick eye pin. Head pin. One of these days I'll get my brain correct and say the right things that I'm using. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead, take my round nose pliers, and I can already tell that that's a little bit too long, so let me clip a little more off of that. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and roll this back. And you want to keep that flush. And roll back. Okay. And that's a simple loop. So that's the first step. The second step is adding it to the chain here. I guess it helps if I try to open the correct side. Okay, it is this one. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put that chain through there. Maybe, oh, there we go. And close that loop. Back up here. Okay. I had to, some of these were like soldered closed, but I used my bead up cutters, and I just went to the seam and I just clipped where that seam was because you could still see it, and it opened. It was like cutting through butter actually. So I'm going to go ahead and open this link. Put the O-ring on and close this back up. Make sure you have a nice tight close and that it's even. Okay. Again, these are very simple, very, very simple. Open the jump ring, feed that on there, close it up. I always like to squeeze just in case it's off a little. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the smallest jump ring, hook it onto that jump ring and the latch back ear wire. And I added 2 jump rings so that it would hang correctly, because if you only have this one, it won't hang right. So I added that smaller jump ring for that. Okay, so that is this pair of earrings. Now the reason I made these earrings was 2 things. I had originally made these as dangles for a bracelet that I was making. And I was going to do a tutorial on it, but I was really struggling with the design. And so I just made up the bracelet. I was going to take it apart and then redo it, but yeah, that didn't happen. So let me show you the bracelet. Here's the bracelet. And I also used the components from the same bargain bead box. This is the part of the toggle clasp, so obviously the loop part of that. And I grabbed O-rings, some more of this chain, and then the same pearls that I had just shown you from my stash. So let me show you that again. So all I did was on an eye pin, I went ahead and strung spacer bead, the pearl and a spacer bead, and then I wire wrapped it. Then I grabbed a jump ring and attached it to the O-ring, grabbed some of the chain, opened it up, threaded that on, put another O-ring, threaded that on, opened it, and then obviously there's the chain on this side as well. And I had one of these large copper lobster clasps, which was perfect to attach to that big O-ring. So that's what I made, and that was the inspiration for those earrings. I had initially wanted to put 2 dangles right here with the pearls, and it just didn't look right to me. So I just omitted those 2 completely and thought just the one is perfect, and so that's what I made. So here's the bracelet, and then here are the earrings. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please give me a like. Please also subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. As always, I love your comments, and I will be making more videos soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.